All right, happy Saturday. This video is coming out a little later than normal. My apologies, I had stuff going on this morning, so we were a little late getting to things. But we've got a 16 game slate today. I know it says 15 on here, but the Giants and Rockies have a doubleheader today. So let's get into the recap. Wild day of baseball yesterday, but we turned a profit, up 1.02 units. Thanks to the straight bets. The parlays did not pan out, but the Reds raced to 3, hit in the 10th. So that was plus money. Orioles got the first run in the bottom of the second. Rangers should have came through for us. My God, they had that game and they blew it. Pirates first 5, sweat free. Kind of. There was some scary moments in there, but for the most part, pretty sweat free. Got it done 3-1. Then they lost the game in the 6th, but who gives a shit? We only had them for the first 5. Royals raced to 3. That was no sweat. Game was 6-0. So we did really well on the straights today. Parlays, or I should say yesterday. Parlays, not great. Nerfies were brutal. There were so many runs scored in the first inning across baseball yesterday. There just was not hardly any Nerfies whatsoever. So pretty wild day. We'll kind of go over the recap. Royals, obviously, I said 6-0 got the job done. Orioles should have won that game. They had it tied up at 4. Bullpen blew it. They just had so many opportunities to win that game. Just didn't get it done. They should have got to Mazur way more than what they did. Twins, sweat-free win. Phillies, what the fuck is going on with that offense? Sanchez, man. We got to look at Sanchez. He just, I kind of saw it after the fact. Cleveland hits lefties, right? I thought Sanchez could overcome him. I thought the Phillies offense would show up. So, is what it is. The Brewers didn't touch that game. Actually, my only bets were Marlins, so that worked out really well. Cardinals blew it in the 10th. Bullpen gave up 4 runs in the 10th inning. So I felt like that one should have been a win for the Cards. Reds got the job done in extras. Rangers, another one, should have won it, man. I can't believe they didn't win it. White Sox, very close game. Only 8-0 after the top of the first, so I felt like we were in a really good spot to win that. Unfortunately, they scored 0 runs, so couldn't overcome that 8-run deficit in the first, which is really surprising. Okay, anyway, Athletics. They were down 4-0. I did do a live bet on this game when they were plus like 440, and they ended up coming back to win. So good job, Athletics. Thank you very much. Yankees didn't look good. Gave up runs in the 7th and the 8th inning. They had a 7-4 lead and ended up blowing it. Braves did not get the job done. Actually, the pitcher Code looked really good for the Mets. After his rehab start where he was giving up hits and runs left and right, I was expecting him to give up more runs. But Braves lose their 6th straight. Giants get the job done with these. Pirates, like I said, all we really cared about was the first 5, which they got that done. Ended up losing 4-3. Astros, pretty sweat-free win over the Dodgers. Important to note that Freddie Freeman ended up going home due to some type of family issue. So now they don't have Mookie Betts. They don't have Freeman. Offense is not looking great. All right, on the props, we went 5-3. Not a bad day. Senga, we thought he'd give up some walks. He didn't. He only had 1. Baz ended up getting like 7 Ks after giving up 2 runs in the first. Drew Thorpe obviously did not hit that under 2.5 earned runs. I think he was over that by like the 5th batter. So good job, dude. And then, like I said, on the Nerfies, just kind of a shit day there just across baseball. But wild, wild day. Let's get into the slate here. We're going to move quick. Quick video because I am so late getting this out. All right, Rangers Blue Jays. Not a game I'm going to bet. Rangers would be my pick in this game. I think Lorenzen does okay. I think Gausman does okay. It's just kind of 2 pitchers that aren't amazing. 2 offenses that aren't amazing. The Blue Jays are sellers, right? At some point, that's going to come into play. Rangers there. This game, I like the Padres. I will tell you, since I updated this, the line has shifted, and now the Padres are like minus 120. I got them at minus 105. I think I bet them actually last night, maybe at plus money too. Michael King's been pitching really well. Dean Kramer at home, sketchy as fuck, gives up home runs. His last outing, I think he gave up 3 home runs. He didn't look good against, I think it was the Rangers. I'm fading Kramer at home. Padres offense is starting to roll. Baltimore, their bullpen is struggling. They're giving up runs. So even if Kramer doesn't, I think the rest of the bullpen does. I know they picked up Dominguez from the Phillies, but they need more depth there. And I'm just not liking what I'm seeing from their offense and trusting that King continues to roll here. All right, next game, Reds Rays. I'm on the Reds again. You got Andrew Abbott, Zach Littell. I think the wrong team's favorited here. I really, again, it's a righty going up against the Reds. They just have been hitting righties. So give me the Reds. I think Abbott does the job here. I love that Reds race to 3 bet again too. So I would certainly be down to run that back at plus 105. So give me the Reds there. Abbott does pitch better away. All right, Mets and Braves. Meatball McGill is back in the majors after Christian Scott was shut down with some, I think it was elbow inflammation or some shit like that. Spencer Schwellenbach, 2 really bad pitchers. Mets are heating up. I would go Mets, but I think the better bet here is just take the over. I think the Braves get to Meatball McGill, and I think the Mets really rock Schwellenbach. So I think the Mets ultimately win, but there should be a lot of runs scored in this game. All right, next game, Phillies and Guardians. This is such a get-right spot for the Phillies. Frankly, if they can't hit Carrasco today, we're going to have to fade them for a little bit. So Tyler Phillips has looked really good in his first 2 starts. I'm backing the Phillies today to get the job done. I would even look at run line. I think run line is good value there. They should hit Carrasco. You could look at a first 5. I kind of like that. The bullpen for the Phillies have been really sketchy. I mean, solid bullpen for the first half of the year, but lately not so much. And the Guardians are, they have a fantastic bullpen. So I kind of like first 5. Let's just isolate the time Carrasco is going to be in the game. Ultimately, I like the Phillies. All right, Twins and Tigers. Skubal going up against Joe Ryan. Pitching advantage to the Tigers, obviously. Skubal, probably the leading Cy Young candidate in the American League. I like the under in this spot. Detroit just offensively is struggling. I think they just put Green on the injured list, so he's on the IL. They're just kind of a sputtered offense. I think they get to Ryan, but not in a sense of 4 or 5 runs. I think it's 2 or 3, but that could be enough for the Twins, right? We see this line at 7 for a reason. That said, Skubal, what did he give up? 10 hits, maybe one run in his last outing. And last time he faced Minnesota, he gave up 3 runs. So there is a path to Minnesota here. If we look at Ryan, he's given up 4, 5, and 3 earned runs in his last 3 starts. Those were against the Brewers, the Giants, and the Astros. He's got a 4.03 home ERA. So I like the Tigers in the spot. I'm not betting it. I don't trust the Tigers offensively enough. I guess, this is a coin flip game to me. So pick whichever side you want. You want to go Twins. You want to go I don't know, just a fade game to me. I don't like the over-under line. Just a hard pass for me. All right, next game, Rockies-Giants. Blake Snell going up against Ryan Feltner. Last time Ryan Feltner faced the Giants, it was okay. I think he gave up like 3 earned runs, but he's such a dog shit pitcher. Snell has looked really good his last 3 starts. I think we're starting to see him round into form. Obviously with the trade deadline coming, it wouldn't shock me if the Giants dealt him or if some team's looking to pick him up like the Orioles or someone like that, but probably a hefty price tag there. But I like him to get the job done today. I like the over 7.5. I could see just the Giants getting that off of either Feltner or the Rockies bullpen. Rockies bullpen near dead last in baseball with a 5.18 ERA. They're not good. So go ahead and give me the Giants. I actually like them in both games of this doubleheader, which is kind of rare. I usually like the zigzag, but I like the Twins here. You can't really play them at minus 218 unless you're going to parlay them, but I think the run line's a pretty good bet too, so we'd be comfortable with that. All right, Royals Cubs. Imanaga going up against Seth Lugo. Great pitching matchup here. Instantly love the under 8. I think this actually is 8.5 now. I got it at 8 last night. I was a little nervous this was going to drop to 7.5, so I wanted to get it in. I really like the under 8. And if I had to pick a team, I'd pick the Royals. Just the Cubs offensively are pretty bad, right or left. Now, not that the Royals are a ton better if we're looking at it, but I think the Royals find a way to squeak out a win. But honestly, would prefer not to pick a team here. I just like the under. All right, Astros at Dodgers. We got Ronel Blanco going up against Justin Robleski. Like I said, Dodgers, Freddie Freeman's out. Blanco, pretty good pitcher. 9-5 on the year, 2.75 ERA. Hitters hitting 172 off of him. I just like the Astros in this spot. I'm a little surprised with the news that Freeman's probably not playing. It's not minus 150 or something like that, especially with this pitcher. Don't really love this Robleski guy. Expected ERA of 5.28. Just don't love the spot there. So Astros for me. All right, next game. Like I said, I really love Trevor Rogers, and Peralta is a little spotty for me. So my bets yesterday had Marlins involved. So that panned out pretty well. Today we've got Max Meyer going up against Aaron Savali. Max Meyer, okay, he's the number 2 prospect in their system. He's been pitching pretty good. Expected ERA, though, if we look at it, he's got a 2.12 expected of 4. So going up against Aaron Savali, who's been pretty good since he got traded to the Brewers. So he's been fairly serviceable. I like him to get the job done today, but we'll have to see. I think it's a good bounce back spot for the Brewers to do some damage today. So my money's on them. All right, next game, Yankees-Red Sox. Yankees should have won this yesterday. Kind of pissed that one away. You got Stroman going up against Cutter Crawford. I would give a big pitching advantage to Boston. I just don't like the way Stroman pitches. Last time he was in Boston, he was okay. I think he gave up 3-4 earned runs. I mean, this guy's probably not going to strike out any more than 4 people, so they're going to put the ball in play. I just don't like this series, just period. So probably a fade spot for me. But if I had to pick, I'd go Red Sox and under 10. I think either Stroman or Crawford, one of them will have a good day. And I think the other one just has a slightly off day. I could see it being a close game, though. I could see it hitting like 6-4, 5-4, something along those lines. But there's just not an edge there for me to bet. All right, Mariners-White Sox, dumbass play taking the White Sox yesterday. Thought Drew Thorpe would have a better day. That didn't happen. So Brian Wu going up against Fedde, another really good pitching matchup. Fedde at home has been fantastic, but it's hard to not take Brian Wu, who has also been really, really good. So got to go with the Mariners here and the White Sox to lose their 13th straight game. So there's that. Like the Nerfy here. All right, Nats Cardinals. We got Jake Irvin going up against Kyle Gibson. I'm a big Jake Irvin fan. I like the stuff he brings to the table. I'm not a huge Kyle Gibson fan. That said, his numbers have been pretty decent, but if we look at the pitch splits, he should struggle today. Irvin should see a little bit of struggle. So I like the Nats in this game, especially at plus money. To me, it's 2 fairly even teams. I understand the Nats necessarily haven't been hitting the last couple days, but I like what I saw last night out of them. So I will take the Nats at plus money here in what I consider to kind of be a coin flip game. All right, next game, we've got Pirates Diamondbacks. Anytime I see a lefty going up against the Diamondbacks, I'm taking the D-backs. They crush lefties. This guy he doesn't throw hard. He's got a 2.70 ERA, expected ERA of 5.46. He's not going to blow it by anybody. I expect the Diamondbacks to absolutely feast today. So I actually am considering taking them run line because I do think they are just going to do some damage. And I think Fat does okay. This Pirates offense, they scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, none the rest of the game. So don't trust them offensively. Love the D-backs against a left-handed pitcher. All right, last game on the card, Athletics versus the Angels. This is a tough one for me, man. I'm a Tyler Anderson fan. I like the way this guy's been throwing the ball. I don't like Mitch Spence. I can't fade this offense, though. I can't not take Oakland. But this is a spot where I thought about it, to be honest. But with Oakland hitting 300 over the last 14, 340 over the last 7 against lefties, you can't not take them. I mean, the Angels are in full sell mode. We're going to see a lot of bullpen arms. Hell, this will probably be Tyler Anderson's last start for the Angels. So there's probably going to be 4 or 5 players who are going to get dealt by the Angels over the course of the next couple of days. That could happen between now and game time. We could see some folks leave. So give me the Athletics here. All right, let's get into our best bets. Again, quick video. All right, give me the Phillies race to 3. They just have to hit Carrasco today. They have to. All right, and if they lose, so be it. I'll eat it. Reds race to 3 at plus money. I like running that right back. I trust Andrew Abbott. Zach Littell is just an average pitcher, and he's a righty. They should hit him. Give me the Mariners first 5. You could do the half a run if you're feeling really comfortable. I'm still just not there with the Mariners offense. I could see this pushing at 0-0. So I'll take them just straight up minus 125. Give me Phillies first 5 minus a half. So we're isolating Carrasco. We're kind of taking the Phillies bullpen out. And that's at minus 105. Give me Twins first 5 team total over 1.5. We're backing that they can get to Skubal. They did it earlier in the year. I have faith. They do not have Carlos Correa, but they did get Royce Lewis back. So I like that spot there. And then the Braves and Mets over 8. So we're backing Schwellenbach and Meatball McGill to get hit a little bit. I could see the Mets alone getting this. So I really like that spot. Could hook, but I love that it's 8, not 8.5. Parlays we're going to do. We're going to do Minnesota. All right, but we're going to do Nerfies here. So we're going to take Joe Ryan and Scooble. We're going to take Imanaga and Lugo. And we're going to take Brian Wu and Fetty to all not give up a run in the first inning. Pair those three together, it's plus 344. If you want to chop that down a little bit, that Minnesota-Detroit is really juiced at minus 180. You could get rid of that one and just go Cubs, KC, Seattle, White Sox, probably around plus 200. Next parlay, we're going to go Cubs and Royals, first 5 under 4.5. See, I don't want to pick a winner in that game, but I like the good pitching matchup and Cubs' lack of offense, and the Royals should struggle a little bit with the lefty. So I really like this first 5 under 4.5. Give me the Seattle and White Sox under 7.5. I don't think the Mariners have the same success they did yesterday against Fetty. I will gamble that all day, every day. And then give me Philly money line. Pair those three together, plus 445. Next one, we're going to do the Giants, Diamondbacks, Padres money line. Padres is a bit of a coin toss. I would feel okay throwing. The Phillies is kind of the Padres are kind of the toss-up piece in here, and I went back and forth on this. I would be okay throwing in like Mets if you feel really good about the Mets, the Athletics if you want a little more juice. So there's some options there on that last leg, but I really love the first two. Fun parlay, we're going to go Phillies, Brewers, Astros, and Padres, plus 746. Again, that Padres, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth on that now, but I'm going to stick to it. I like it. I think they get to Kramer. I always get worried about the Padres because they just, in an instant, they go ice cold with the sticks. Upset parlay today. I actually really like this today. We're going back to the well with the Rangers. We're back in Lorenzen to get the job done over Gaussman. The Reds to beat the Rays. We're going Oakland over the Angels, and we're going Nats over the Cardinals. Pair those 4 together. It's plus 2,002. If you only want to do a 3-pick, I would take Texas out of it. Either Texas or Washington, but I feel pretty good about the Reds and the A's. So those are the plays for today. In terms of the Nerfies, we've got 6 of those on the card. Not a lot. We haven't had a lot of success over Nerfies over the past 2 days, but still got a winning record, 18-15 on Nerfies so far since we started giving those out. Prop leans I like. Fetty under 6.5 Ks. I know the Mariners K a lot, but holy shit, that is a big line for him. Imanaga over 4.5 Ks. This is a ridiculously low line for him. Marcos Gonzalez for the Pirates under 3.5 Ks. Like I said, Diamondbacks rake lefties. I could see this guy getting pulled in like the 3rd or 4th potentially. That said, even when he has good outings, he only gets like 4. Give me Cutter Crawford over 4.5 Ks. I think he has some success against the Yankees today. Give me Joe Ryan over 1.5 earned runs. I think that line's a little low. I know the Tigers' offense has been a bit anemic, but I think it's there. I guess that's probably my least favorite prop on here, by the way. And then Carlos Carrasco over 2.5 earned runs. So we're banking on the Phillies hitting today. We're putting a lot of chips into that pile, so hopefully that happens. But all right, that's the video. If you've gotten this far, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It's free and really helps out. And just throw a comment in there. Put a 1. Put anything. Just helps the algorithm, helps the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back to hopefully a more normal time tomorrow. And I'll catch you then.